Now, when working with Python, you sometimes end up with code that's relatively long. Now, for example, this add value line here is a bit longer, or this docstring here. Now, for the docstring, you can easily add a new line by simply hitting enter, because you can write multi-line text with triple quotation marks, so that's no problem. With other code, so with non-comment code, you also can break lines. If you're in a list, like here, the arguments you're passing, you can add a new line by hitting enter after the comma, and this will still be valid code. Now I press the auto format button in my IDE. You can find it in the key bindings under preferences, keyboard shortcuts, and there if you search for format, it's this format document shortcut. And then you see it ordered this a bit differently. It made sure that the arguments are beneath each other. It would work otherwise too. So if you have it indented like this, it would still work, but that's easier to read. Hence, that's the formatting it applies. But this is something you can do if you want to structure your code in such a way, if you want to avoid long lines, which you should. In this course, though, I will typically try to put expressions and code into one line, because whilst this can lead to you being required to scroll to the right a bit, I believe it helps understanding what belongs together, which expressions work together. So that is why I tend to use one or two lines only instead of splitting everything across multiple lines, but you can do that. So that's just a side note, so that you don't wonder why I use relatively long lines where scrolling can be required. You have the opportunity of splitting that across multiple lines if you want to.